Hello there. Here we go again. Tommy Robinson has been warned that he risks imprisonment for breach of his bail conditions. It never stops, does it? Tommy Robinson has been warned that if he does not take down his video, Hunted, How the Daily Mail Endangered My Children, within 7 days, which is pinned at the top of his X profile, he could be arrested and sent back to prison for breaching Section 3 of his bail conditions. And Section 3 is the section that the Chief Magistrate at his last court appearance, Judge Paul Goldspring, watered down because even he thought the original version was too draconian. But remember, it is not the judge saying that Tommy possibly faces going back to prison. It is the government's Crown Prosecution Service, the CPS, that is saying this. It is the CPS that has made the decision that Tommy is possibly breaching his bail conditions. And I think we can all understand what that means. Tommy's team put up the text of what I think is a letter or email Tommy's solicitor sent him regarding this matter, and they put it up on Tommy's X account with Tommy's team saying, "Can you actually believe this? They will remand Tommy for something he said before he had any bail conditions. This again is an attack on free speech. They do not want the public seeing the evidence that shows Tommy did nothing wrong." And here is the text of the letter that Tommy received. "Dear Stephen, I hope you are well. I have been contacted by the CPS, who have now located and clearly viewed the whole of Hunted, How the Daily Mail Endangered My Children on your X account. They say that in their view it breaches Condition 3 of your bail conditions. They accept that the video was first posted before you were made subject to the bail conditions, but that as of this morning the video remains on your X account with full public access and you are therefore in breach. They have asked that you remove the video from your feed entirely within the next 7 days. They have said they would accept an edited version if you wanted to repost that. They consider from minute 17 minutes and 6 seconds until the end to be in breach." Well, it's only been viewed 1.4 million times, hasn't it? So I would enjoin my viewers to help the authorities by not going onto Tommy's X profile at T Robinson New Era and watching the video. No, keep justice in mind and don't watch that film, especially not the bit after 17 minutes and 6 seconds. Because every extra view it gets in the next few days will not be helping justice, will it? And don't you dare download your own copy of it using a service like sstwitter.com. After all, you could end up on the jury. The letter or email to Tommy goes on. "This is obviously a matter for you. All I can do is advise you that if you do not take the video down within 7 days, you are likely to be arrested for breach of bail. You would then appear before the magistrate's court and the question of your bail would be revisited. The court could release you on bail again. Alternatively, they could remand you to prison. We would then have to make a bail application in the Crown Court. If that is unsuccessful, then you would remain on remand until your trial unless there was a change of circumstance. I look forward to hearing from you. Kind regards." Well, that particular video has been on Tommy's X profile and I think pinned to the top, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's been there since June the 5th and published a few hours prior to his court case that day on charges of harassment. But I was in court that day and heard no mention of that video then by the prosecution. Surely the prosecution team would be up to speed on this, and knowing how prolific on social media Tommy is, they could have asked for it to be taken down then, couldn't they? Now, just a quick interjection, please like, subscribe and comment below, and also please become a member of this channel for a cost of less than a price of a pint of beer in London every month by pressing the join button or using the link in the descriptions box below on your desktop computer. Now, Tommy's team put this information out on X yesterday evening, so I'm assuming Tommy's solicitor got this yesterday, but he may have got it a lot earlier, I don't know. So it took the authorities over a week, or possibly up to a week, to find that highly public video and to watch it and to determine it to be a breach of bail conditions. It's not like they had to go and search for it in some unused and overgrown garden shed, is it? In fact, I'm wondering if the police have got at least one copper exclusively on Tommy's social media in the hope they can find something else on him. After all, he has been such a naughty boy in the past, hasn't he? And they do like to keep tabs on naughty types, don't they? Well, a certain type of the naughty ones anyway. But the good news is they have given him 7 days to take it down, probably because they are legally obliged so to do. Otherwise, I would reckon they'd have already done the dawn raid and locked him up. So I expect that Team Tommy will comply, at the very last moment. And as of today, there are only 19 days until Tommy's first appearance at Southwark Crown Court on the 3rd of July. And considering how close that is, it does make me wonder why the CPS took so long in warning Tommy about this possible breach of bail conditions. Anyway, I do reiterate, it's really important that no one out there now goes to Tommy's X profile to watch that video before it gets taken down. Especially not the section after 17 minutes and 6 seconds until the end. I forbid you to do so. These are interesting times we live in. Gone are the days when the authorities could slap a D notice on the press, safe in the knowledge that nothing could ever come out. But social media is making that ever harder for those in power to achieve. Especially as social media is a global phenomenon and there are so many different platforms and forums to choose from. And far from being secret, the efforts of those trying to shut down free speech are themselves being made public. Would that letter or email or whatever it was to Tommy have come out into the public domain 20 years ago? No, it would have been seen by a few interested parties and that's it. But that missive warning Tommy that he risks going back inside has now been seen by more than 320,000 people. We all know the CPS is still after him. Or at least that is the perception. Finally, please like, subscribe and comment below, and a big shout out to our Patreon supporters, and thank you for watching.